Hey guys, Shane from Jaggs Journeys. Thanks again for joining me on another weekly live catch up here on Monday nights at 8 o'clock here on YouTube. Once again, appreciate everyone who tuned in last week and every other week. And thanks again for tuning in tonight as well. Taking time out of your night to catch up with me. And it's greatly appreciated. So hi to everyone who's jumping on now and saying hi. Hope everyone had an awesome weekend. And I hope you all had an awesome day today as well. Pretty hot weather here in the Gold Coast. Let me know where you're from, actually, this time around. Just put the name of the city or what have you in your comment there. It'd be good to hear where everyone's at. Because in the Gold Coast here, we've had some pretty hot weather, sort of around mid-30s and high humidity. Melbourne. What's the weather been like down there? Has it been hot? Because I know it can get pretty hot in Melbourne as well, but Gold Coast, Townsville. Hopefully you're not getting too much of the cyclone. I know it's not in Townsville, but in terms of the bits and pieces that come with that. Oh, 44 degrees. Where's that? Wow, that's hot. That's really hot. Brisbane, just up the road. See, you guys had some pretty crazy storms as well up there. We seem to miss a fair bit of the storms here in the Gold Coast, which is pretty good actually. But unfortunate for the areas that got hit pretty hard during last week and over the last few days. I've seen some pretty crazy footage of the crazy weather, and that's that's not even the cyclone. So we're going through some crazy weather at the moment. But again, hi to everyone who is tuning in again on this Monday night in your time and spending time with me, having a chat for about an hour or so. I guess the last few weeks have been nearly 2 hours, but we're conscious of those people who are tuning in from other parts of Australia who might be an hour ahead of us. All right. Cool. Got a couple of comments coming through already. What do I think the new Scooby-Doo coaster vehicle will be? Well, all I know is it's going to be similar to what they look like now. So in looks, they'll look similar. They'll definitely be probably a slightly different design. But as far as the theming or the look of them, they'll look similar from what I've heard. The good thing with that one, there will be a test vehicle out the front of the ride, which they haven't done before for Scooby. So it's going to be exciting. We've still got another year to wait yet, and we're not even sure when in 2025 that is actually opening. So all we know is 2025, which is crazy. But anyway, cool. What's my favorite Gold Coast theme park? Oh, I get asked this quite a bit, and I struggle to answer the question only because I feel each park is different and offers something different compared to the other parks. And depends what you want to go for. Like if you're a coaster person, you're probably going to say Movie World. Although I tell you what, the Leviathan is pretty awesome at SeaWorld, I got to admit. So if you're talking coasters, you'd probably have to go Movie World for coasters, for how many you want to ride and that sort of thing. I do love the Steel Taipan at Dreamworld though. I really do love that coaster. It's a fun coaster, and the triple launch just makes it even better. But Leviathan is definitely also one of my favorite coasters as well at SeaWorld there. It's crazy. So so I probably don't have a one specific park. I do enjoy them all for all different reasons, essentially. So cool. All right. So what I'll do, I'll just there's a few more comments coming through there, guys. So we'll try and just read a few of your comments, and I'll just run through some stuff that we're going to chat about tonight. Someone's saying Sydney. 4 degrees in Sydney. It's been 4 degrees. Maybe that's overnight. It can get pretty cold. I've been in Sydney when it was like -2. It was last year sometime, and that was freezing. It was freezing. Oh, absolutely freezing. All right, let's see what we got here. Are you excited for the Big Red Boat Ride? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an awesome roller coaster for kids or for families, really, probably. Obviously, if you've already seen my video and some extra footage there, they have been testing that roller coaster. And by the way, it's a powered coaster, so you can hear it like being powered the whole time. Almost sounds like a radio controlled car when the wheels are sort of tuning with the motors. There's like a sort of a high pitched noise. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty cool coaster. It's got some really tight banks on the track. And yeah, I think it looks like you're probably going to get 3 cycles. Now, I only say that because when they're testing, they're doing 3 cycles and then they're stopping, and they're doing 3 cycles and stopping. So that would be really good if it is actually three. It would be at least two, but three would be great. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty awesome theming as well through there. In terms of, there's no announced opening date for that, but based off everything I saw on the weekend and just where they're at with it in terms of, even Zamperla, the actual manufacturer, they're doing the testing and everything, commissioning of the ride. So I reckon, what's today? Monday. So I reckon probably by Thursday they'll probably soft open, maybe Friday soft open. I'm pretty sure they will want to have that open by Saturday, at the latest. That's just what I would think based off the school holidays and everything like that. They've been working around the clock to get that thing up and running. I tell you what, it has just progressed so fast. I'm sure you've all seen it either at the parks or in the videos as well. But yeah, it's crazy. So it looks really awesome, and definitely an awesome addition for Dream World and for the Wiggles too, to have another branded ride, which is really cool. So yeah, so definitely there's heaps to do at Dream World this summer, with the chair swing with the Dream World Flyer. So that obviously officially opened on Friday last week. It soft opened on Thursday. I think actually on Wednesday it actually opened with staff and maybe a few people, but it was, yeah, testing around Wednesday with people on it. So and it kind of soft opened Thursday, officially opened on Friday, and yeah, I was obviously invited to the official. I mean, I can't always get to those, but so I was just so lucky I could actually get down there for that. It's just a media call, but yeah, obviously I posted the video on that, and the CEO says a few words, and they had the deputy mayor from the Gold Coast there says a few words as well. Then they cut the ribbon, and then it's open, and I got a cupcake. It was Dreamworld's 42nd birthday as well, and the second birthday of Steel Taipan. So a lot happened on that day. So I can understand why they wanted to make it a bit special, and it was cool to see that. And obviously they allowed media only to film on the ride, which I was allowed to do. So you had to have a chest mounted GoPro to do that. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, very lucky because we don't often get any chance to film on in any of the rides here in the Gold Coast. Hopefully we'll get more of that in the future. What do we got? Matt saying, can't stay long. Thought to say hi, let you know, went to Whitewater World today, and the wedgie was still out of action and in one piece. So the wedgie at Whitewater World, it's been removed from the website. So we're guessing that's going to be removed from the park. But he's just saying that it's still there. It's just it's still closed, and it's been closed for quite some time. And I would say that ride will probably be taken down. Now, keeping in mind that's a seasonal park, it'll close around, I think it's the mid or end of April. Excuse me. So I would say when it's closed, they're probably going to remove that slide then. So we'll probably see it there till then, but obviously not open. What's the one ride you would bring back? I'd have to say Bermuda Triangle from SeaWorld. Geez, that was such a good ride. Theming for its time too. It was so advanced. It was incredible. I mean, I'm a bigger fan of Gremlins, but in terms of the actual ride experience, I'd definitely have to go for Bermuda Triangle. It was unreal. And if you didn't ride it, you can jump on YouTube and there's footage of it in operation. But yeah, I was very fortunate enough to have ridden that a number of times over the years, and I tell you what, it was unbelievable. Any plans to do Outback Spectacular? We have done a video on that one. So yeah, that I think since we were that last there, the show might have just changed since then. And I know they have a Christmas overlay at the moment as well for Outback Spectacular. It's an expensive. Well, actually, when you go as a guest, it's not really expensive or anything. It's actually really good value for money for what you get. Keep in mind, you get a show, a 3-course dinner served to you during the show. You get unlimited drinks. I think it's beer, wine, and soft drink as well, served to you as well. For about $100. That's, I mean, I haven't checked the exact price lately, but it was around that money. So I think you can get it even cheaper at times as well. And the show is amazing, and it is spectacular. It absolutely is. So yeah, look, just to go again, you know, to take the family. Obviously, I'm not going to sit by myself at the dinner and show. So there's a bit of coin you got to outlay just for that. But we did do that, but we actually went on one of our birthdays. So we you know, that was we filmed as well, essentially, when we did the video. So you can search that video back on my channel, Australian Outback Spectacular. And even if the show has changed slightly, we didn't film the show in its entirety. I don't like to do that. I like to sort of put snippets in of shows and things like that. So you guys can experience the whole entire show for what it is when you visit those places, and we don't ruin anything, kind of thing. So, but yeah, check it out. It's well worth doing. If you're coming to the Gold Coast and you're looking for something to do other than theme parks, you've got to do Australian Outback Spectacular. I really enjoy it. And you can take, you know, your grandparents and parents and that sort of thing there as well. It's something for everyone. So that's good. And yeah, well worth doing. But no plans to go back too soon. We will go back, but not too soon, essentially. So yeah, just going through some more comments, guys. So what have we got? Do you remember the big red car ride? Oh yes. Went on that quite a few times. It was actually a really good ride. And when it first opened, it was really, you know, it's like, oh, hey, this is a cool dark ride. It was pretty slow though. I mean, it was designed for little kids, so obviously can't go fast. But yeah, it was cool. Definitely was cool. Shame to see that whole land go, but I think Rivertown is going to be absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait for Rivertown to be finished. So Rivertown is under construction currently. We checked out the construction zone. In my latest video, you're about to see it. They have started carving out some shapes and stuff, like part of the land's been carved out at the top end of the Billabong restaurant. So that's where the mountain's going. There's like going to be like a turntable in there as well on the ride. So for Jungle Rush, the coaster. So yeah, so they're already doing. I mean, they're already doing heaps of groundwork there, and they're putting metal down already. So yeah, it's crazy. That will just, again, to be built in a year is pretty amazing. So we'll be there as often as we can and provide you guys regular updates so you can keep up to date with what's happening with Rivertown, which is really, really exciting. All right, so we've done those comments. We got here. Is the log boat still at Dreamworld? No, it's not. If you haven't been, you haven't been there since 1996 or what have you. No, that's all gone now, and there could potentially be something put in that site in future, but not currently at the moment. Okay. And if I miss your comments, I'm trying to keep up with them, guys. So I'll do my best. I'll scroll back and forth, and if I do miss it, just pop it in again. Arkham Asylum was my favorite ride on the Gold Coast. I really miss it. I really enjoyed the VR that you could do on it. I'd love to see Superman Escape or DC Hypercoaster added. What's my thoughts? Yeah, the VR was an interesting concept that they did on that ride on Arkham Asylum. I did it once, and it made me feel like real sick. So I don't know if it was for everyone. I don't know if anyone else felt that, but look, it's definitely something different, and it was another element to it. It was cool. Maybe that is an option. I know it was a bit of work to do, and then because so many people use the headsets, sometimes they get a bit broken or what have you. Operationally, a little bit extra staffing involved to run it, but yeah, I think I liked it. Like I liked the concept of it, and it was cool. It just for me, it just made me feel a bit sick. But yeah, um, you never know. They might do something like that. I've heard that they're thinking of doing. Well, there was speculation that they were thinking of doing something different with the Superman. Maybe making the top hat taller. Um, You'd have to make the launch different if that was the case, or longer. Um, we don't know. We don't know if they're going to do anything with that or not. But we'll wait and see. I guess we'll wait and see what may come of anything additional. Um, of all the theme parks in the Gold Coast, what's your favorite and why? So we did get asked that a little bit earlier, but just to let you know, I don't really have a singular favorite one, but, and that's because I feel every single theme park offers something different. Um, but if you are talking, if you're roller coaster mad, you're probably going to say Movie World. Although I do love the Steel Taipan at Dream World, and definitely Leviathan at SeaWorld's a standout for me as well. Yeah, look, DC Rivals is it's probably one of the best coasters in the world, probably. So yeah, I mean, again, each park offers something different, and same with their events, they offer something different at each of their events as well. So I probably don't. I got to really say, I probably don't have a specific favorite. Probably years ago, I probably would have said Movie World, but um, probably as time's gone by and I've gone to the other parks more often and frequently, that's when I've realized that, hey, well, there is something different at each of the parks, and they do offer different value as well, which is really cool. So yeah. I'll just go through a couple of things. I will get back to your comments, guys. Don't worry if I haven't read your comment just yet. I will get there. So just a couple of things on Movie World. I noticed tonight I had a look. White Christmas nights are all now sold out completely for 2023. So if you've already got a ticket, obviously that's fine. But if you haven't yet redeemed a ticket or bought a ticket, unfortunately, you've missed out for 2023. All the nights have sold out, which is crazy. So, I mean, they are good nights. They're popular. I've gone to two of the nights. So I'm at the opening night where I filmed my video, and I actually popped back last week during the week with my family, just so we could experience, the dinner and a few other things, and more relaxed kind of night. Because when I'm filming, it's running between show to show to show to show and everything, and we don't really get to stop and just relax and enjoy it. So it was good. I really enjoyed the night. And yeah, it's definitely a good night. I think it is a little bit too short. I still say that these events need to be 4 hours, not 3 hours. Just, I know that it comes as an extra cost to run it from the business, but just from a guest perspective, in terms of guest experience and what you can achieve or do, I really feel you need that extra hour. Or hour and a half even. So I'm not sure what you think on that, but yeah. So anyway, it is all sold out now. So if you haven't been able to go this year, you'll have to wait till next year. Also, with the Flash, they've definitely done more work on the new entranceway to the left of the Superman ride as you're approaching it. So that's definitely where the entrance will be for that. And I noticed tonight on the Movie World app that it said the Green Lantern was closed today, a temporary closure, unscheduled maintenance. So I'm not sure if anyone on here was at Movie World today. Yeah, it seems like it was closed today, or maybe part of the day. So hopefully it'll be reopened again tomorrow. I'm not too sure. It doesn't give an indication of a reopening date. But temporary closures are normally just for the day, or sometimes a little bit longer. Yeah, so really just wanted to mention about that. Now, also, don't forget for the summer holidays, Movie World is doing the Hooray for Hollywood event, which starts on the 27th of December and that goes through into the 21st of January inclusive. So if you haven't been to one of those Hooray for Hollywood events, you'll love it. They are, again, there's a full-on event. So for me, I have my schedule. It'll be a big day for me literally running from show to show to show. There's characters to see. It is an awesome event, included with your park entry as well, which is great. But they're bringing back Beetlejuice as well for this event. So you get to meet him and possibly he could maybe do a show or maybe something, hopefully. So we're looking forward to that. It's the absolute busiest time of the year, that 27th of December. The parks are horrendously busy, but hence why they get to kick off an event on that day. So definitely get along. If you can, get along and check out Hooray for Hollywood this summer at Movie World. It's definitely an event not to miss. Cool. I'll just scroll back to where I was. Let's grab a drink. All right. Okay. And by the way, thanks again, everyone who is taking time out of your night to jump on and join me on the live stream. I really appreciate that. And it's awesome to interact with you guys. Just let you know, too, the chat. The chat is being monitored as well. So just to let you know, it's being moderated. Okay. I think I was up to here. Okay. Arkham Asylum was my favorite on the coast. I also enjoyed we did read that one, didn't we? We did do that one. Okay. All right. And by the way, hi to everyone who's saying hi. And what we got there? Sorry, I just lost my place. There we go. Do I know what's going on with the Rivertown, with the new coaster at Dreamworld? Yeah, so it's all it's all on my channel. When they made the announcement, you can actually go back and have a look at that. But also, they have these big boards up on the walls with a QR code, and you can scan that QR code. In fact, if you do watch the videos, I feature that QR code. You can scan it probably from the video and check it all out, and it tells you what's happening there. So it's basically the same roller coaster or similar roller coaster to I think it's Big Bear Country at Dollywood in America. So it's going to be called Jungle Rush. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to have a few different elements in this, in terms of there's going to be like a showpiece as well. It's going to be awesome. So it is absolutely going to be amazing. The theming is going to be incredible, and we cannot wait. So and there's going to be Marasipi Motors as well, the new version of the vintage cars coming as well in that same area, which is exciting. Rivertown updates, please. Yep. So I featured it in my last Dreamworld video that I just dropped in the weekend, and obviously, as you know, we will be there at least every week, probably at least to do a feature of the progress of that for you guys. Some weeks there's nothing to really show you. They might have just smoothed out a bit more land or whatever. But until things start being built more so, that's when we'll provide more frequent updates, because then there's more to show you guys. But definitely we'll keep you updated with Rivertown. It's exciting, and we can't wait to see it forming and obviously open as well. Thanks for the Dreamworld updates. Yep, no problem. There's been a heap of stuff happening at Dreamworld, obviously. And obviously all the other stuff is essentially almost going to be open shortly. So Bicycle Wheel opens on Boxing Day, and we believe the Big Red Coaster will hopefully be open by the end of this week. And then once Boxing Day comes and the Bicycle Wheel is open, everything's done except for Rivertown. So, essentially everything's done except for Rivertown in this plan, because no doubt Dreamworld will have future plans as well. So just want to say thanks to Woodsy W for the super chat. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you tuning in to the live, and also for obviously regularly commenting on my channel and interacting. I really appreciate it, and I love your profile pic as well, by the way. Elf is cool. Just watch that all the time from the 80s, the old Elf show. That was cool. So thanks so much. Really, really appreciate that. Harry's saying that I like the photo of the steel tie pan I sent you. Yes, thank you, Harry. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I replied to you. Said that was awesome. Of it upside down in the loop there. That was really cool. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It was awesome. I hope you had an awesome day there as well. That's cool. What do we got? I'm going to Carnival at SeaWorld. Excellent. And yes, so they actually they've got the dates now for Carnival. So while we're talking about that, let's check out the dates for Carnival. And again, if you're a Village One Pass annual pass holder, you're about to redeem a free ticket to Carnival. Any of these events, if you are a pass holder, make sure you do redeem your ticket. So you get Carnival at SeaWorld, you get Spooky Nights at SeaWorld, and you get White Christmas at Movie World with the Village Roadshow One Pass annual pass. Now, there is, be careful because there is two versions of the annual pass. There's a light version, which does not include those. But if you've got the version that includes those, definitely take advantage of it because the single entry price to get into those events is becoming quite expensive. I've got to tell you, they keep putting it up every year. And I know that because obviously I go and check last year's video and how much I'm telling you it is if you haven't got a pass. And it seems to be going up around that $10 per person per year. But I'm not sure about this coming year. I haven't seen the prices yet, but I do know the dates. And Carnival is an awesome event, and it's just a great feeling event. The Carnival sort of music, Rio de Janeiro, but the event is essentially around the world. I think it's 6 different. Probably got that wrong. 5 or 6 different country precincts. There's Africa, there's Mexico, Rio de Janeiro, and I think there is one more. I can't remember. There might be 4. But it is cool. The entertainment is awesome, and the show they have on the lake is incredible. It's amazing. So, again, got to get along to Carnival. So, the Carnival date, so that starts on Saturday, the 3rd of February. Then the next one is the following Saturday on the 10th of February. So, the first 2 nights are Saturdays. Then it is the Friday the 16th and Saturday the 17th. And then it's Friday the 23rd and Saturday the 24th of February. Okay, so that's the dates for Carnival. Again, it's been released, so go and redeem your tickets now and book that in. It's definitely worth checking it out. Just on SeaWorld too, Vortex is still closed currently on its annual maintenance. That is due to open on Saturday, the 23rd of December. So it's on maintenance until this Friday, the 22nd, and then it's due to open this coming Saturday, the 23rd of December. Hopefully they fix that real squeaky, screeching sound of Vortex. It's one of those sounds you just hear and think that just needs a good oil. But it must be hard because of the salt air. It must get into the parts. And, it's just the nature of the area, unfortunately. But hopefully they've got something done to that they can prevent that from making that noise. But, yeah, cool. So, Vortex, so that's going to be open real soon, which is exciting for SeaWorld. All right, let's go back to your comments, guys. And, again, thanks, everyone, for commenting. And it's awesome you guys taking time out of your night. Once again, my family and I grew up going to Dreamworld, and I absolutely loved going when I was little, especially when I went with my family. I haven't been in a long time, but I do have memories. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Dreamworld's changed a lot, obviously. I found a whole lot of photos recently of probably like the 90s at Dreamworld, and it was quite a different park in those days. And it really did sort of, essentially it was built on the concept of a Disneyland. So a small version of that. So, yeah, I mean, it had some different rides and attractions compared to now. And as the years progress, the park has changed a lot. So, but I think it's great that Dreamworld is taking it back to that sort of nostalgia, the way the direction they're going with Dreamworld. And I think, once Rivertown's open, it's going to be a massive draw card. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a whole stack of other stuff happening at Dreamworld, more rides and attractions. They got a lot of land there. They got other things planned. So I think over the next 5 to 10 years, it's probably going to be the theme park, that offers everything in the one spot. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see the future of Dreamworld over the next few years. But it's great. You got so many nice family memories from when you were younger, which is awesome. I can confirm that the Green Lantern was closed earlier today, but it was open earlier in the day. So cool. So yeah, I figured that's probably what happened. So it's open in the morning and then it's closed later in the day, or maybe after lunch sometime. And now it's down for what the app store says unscheduled maintenance. So hopefully by tomorrow morning it might be back open again if you're heading to a movie world tomorrow. Hopefully, because other than that, everything's open at Movie World now. Everything is open. Well, I haven't checked Doomsday, but it didn't say on the app, so I take it was open today. So thanks for that, Ryder. What have we got here? I went to White Christmas Saturday night of the opening week. We missed you. I went there on the Friday. That's probably why you missed me. But you got there at 4:30, and with the park closing for the day, guests got to smash out 4 rides in 40 minutes. Okay, that's cool. All the coasters and the space shuttle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was good. Well, that's a good little tip then if you're going to a night event or a White Christmas event. Get there a little bit earlier because you can get your White Christmas pass. You do have to scan if you're in before 5, I think it is, you still have to show your pass, but you can get your White Christmas band so you don't have to go out and line up again and all that. So yeah, that's cool if they're trying to get through the day the day people, to get them out that aren't staying for the event, ride the rides and smash out 4 rides, because if you want to try and do everything for the White Christmas event, it's actually quite tough when there's so much going on that night. Again, it's a small window, 3-hour event. And if you're doing the buffet dinner, there goes an hour essentially. And then the parade's at least half an hour. So, and then there's a stack of shows and characters you want to see in between. So yeah, it's a lot to fit in. It's hard to get rides in as well. So it's a good trick. So thanks, Jamie, for that one. That's cool. I just got back from America on Friday. That's pretty cool. Getting back to Movie World tomorrow for the first time in a month. Can't wait for DC Rivals and Superman Escape. I booked to go to White Christmas night on Thursday. Awesome. Well, I hope you have an awesome time. And I think walking back I know when I came back for my last trip to the US, like to Disney, Universal, and all those parks, Knott's Berry Farm, and you walk back into these parks, it's not the same feeling. Like, I guess they are very different over in the States in terms of size and in terms of theming and all the rest of it. Don't get me wrong, I still love the parks here, and they do offer a lot for here in Australia. But yeah, it's great to visit the US parks. So you're very lucky. So that's awesome. And you'll definitely enjoy the White Christmas event on Thursday as well. What's my favorite ride from each of the Gold Coast theme parks? Okay. SeaWorld would have to be Leviathan. And Movie World it's definitely Wild West Falls. However, only because I'm into theming a lot. I love theming. If I'm talking coaster, yeah, it would have to be DC Rivals. But I really like the theming of Wild West Falls. I love like water rides as well. So it has to be Wild West Falls probably for me. Dreamworld has to be Steel Taipan. Definitely Steel Taipan. Although the chair swing ride is pretty cool, but Steel Taipan probably takes it out against the Dreamworld Flyer. But yeah, again, the Dreamworld Flyer is awesome. The first time I went on, I did feel a bit dizzy because it goes quite fast. It's like 48 kilometers an hour and quite a small sort of circular area. So if you start looking to the side and around the edge, then you can get a bit nauseous. But it was okay. I went on the next day on Saturday again for my second ride, and I really didn't feel sick at all or dizzy or anything. So, and I was sitting in the same seat essentially on the outside single seat. I think I was just more used to it and knew what I was expecting, so that was pretty good. But yeah, it's a cool ride too. Definitely check it out. And you don't get wet. It looks like you do, but you don't. A little bit of a spray on the if you're in the outside seat like I was, your feet can get a little bit of a spray of water. But I would think if it was a really windy, like a gusty, windy day, you'd cop a bit of water. Um, let's just say that. But obviously, I wish I copped a bit of water because it was like 30 something degrees the other day when I was riding it. It would have been nice to have got some water, but anyway, not to worry. Chris is saying White Water World suits ages 7 to 12 better than Wet and Wild. What are your thoughts for the kids who don't like the scarier ones, but are past the kids section? Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, I was riding them when I was quite a bit younger, but probably depends if you're into thrill-seeking rides or not. There's some of the rides, most of them are tube rides, so you're with people anyway, I guess, at Wet and Wild. Well, a lot of them are. Yeah, look, Whitewater World is definitely that smaller park, probably more family orientated, whereas Wet and Wild's got a few of the bigger rides and that. But still, I think they're both awesome. And you can get around Whitewater World a lot easier in terms of because it is a smaller park, I guess. But whereas Wet and Wild it's a massive park. There's more to do there, but there's longer queues as well. Definitely longer queues. And in the heat, it's a struggle with burning feet on the concrete. Anyway, am I going to the Big Red Boat opening if it's on Friday? Probably not. I'm working this Friday, so I'll probably pop down on Saturday. Possibly have a look at that. I can't always get time off during the week. I was just very lucky last Friday. I just managed to get some time off. Green Lantern's still down for maintenance. It hasn't updated on the Movie World website just yet. I just had a look. Thank you, Robert, for checking that out. So maybe check it in the morning. If anyone's going tomorrow, check out the Road Show Theme Parks Movie World app and see whether Green Lantern is still down for maintenance for the day, unscheduled temporary maintenance. Good deal for the Dreamworld Locals annual pass at the moment. Yeah, you're right. Actually, they've $112 for the full annual pass. It's like a Christmas special. So if you are looking for Dreamworld annual passes, jump on that now and check it out. So thanks, Jeff, for mentioning that. Actually, yeah, that's a very, very good offer, and definitely people should take up that offer. I mean, the Black Friday was $99, which was wow, and they probably won't have that $99 again. But to have $112, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So take advantage of it. Get on it, and tell your friends and family, if they're local, obviously, to get onto that one. Will all the Nickelodeon Land characters be out? I think you're talking about Carnival. I think some of them out. I'm not sure if all of them are going to be out, but if you check on the app on the Carnival site, they have like a page for Carnival. Usually, it shows you the entertainment schedule and character photos, and then if they're going to be out, they'll have it on there. Usually, they do have them out on those nights. And at Halloween, they dress them up as well in Halloween costumes. It's pretty cool. Is SeaWorld still doing the helicopter flights they did last year? Yeah, so SeaWorld helicopters, yeah, they're back in operation. It's quite some time now, actually. So obviously they've got a change of a routine or flight paths or process, whatever it is. So yeah, it's all back in operation again, and you can book in park or online as well. Where's your Diwali vlog? I didn't do a Diwali vlog. I did attend Diwali at Dreamworld. I was there with some friends from Darwin as well and family. So we just wanted to enjoy the night. I posted a few photos at the time, that night or the next day. But yeah, it was a very, very busy night. Actually, it was packed. I think it was like 5,000 people. I think it was something like that. And we waited just to ride the Dodgems. We waited over an hour. So, and same with every ride. It was over an hour wait times. So it was so busy, and yeah, I didn't really. We just wanted to enjoy the park, being open at night, ride the rides, and catch up with friends. So yeah, so I didn't do a full video on the Diwali. But apart from like a little bit of, we tried some of the foods. They had Indian like food vans there, and they had some like little Indian clothing or shoe sort of market type stalls, and they had a bit of their entertainment. We did watch a bit of that in the Dreamworld Theatre, but it was pretty cool. But again, it's for the Indian community, for what they celebrate for that Diwali. So we were just really going just to experience something different, really, and we loved it and enjoyed it. But yeah, I decided not to do a video that one. We went to Dreamworld. Oh, Zach. Oh, sorry. It looks like Zach and Bianca having a conversation there. It's all good. I'll be looking at the theme parks for 2025 because we're going to Bundaberg next year. Awesome. That'll be cool. All right. What have we got here? Is there any rides that you'd change the theme of if you were given the chance? Any rides I would change the theme of if I had the chance? I wouldn't mind bringing back the Gremlins ride. That's where Scooby-Doo is now, but Scooby-Doo obviously is pretty cool as well. Probably not so much rides, but definitely I'd like to see the Police Academy stunt show come back versus the current Hollywood stunt driver. So if anything was going to change, that's what I'd like to see. I don't think rides so much. I think the ride theme is fine. The rides what they have on offer is fine. Maybe Justice League could be something different. But again, the theming is pretty awesome in there too, though. So, but yeah, that stunt show needs to change. I think it's been a while now. But yeah, good question. Definitely good question. For people visiting the parks from interstate over the Christmas and New Year holidays, is there any particular days you recommend not to go? Been crazy busy. So yeah, the 27th, 28th, and 29th are kind of the absolute busiest days of the entire year. Like entire year. The queues are massive. The park is, it's almost shoulder to shoulder. They've got things now like you can order your food on a QR code and that. So they're trying to do things to, I guess, avoid is queuing and that kind of thing. But it's very, very busy. And Movie World's, like, for example, isn't a big park. It's quite confined. So it sort of always feels busier than it is. But hot tip, New Year's Day is usually not that busy at any of the parks. So for obvious reasons, a lot of people probably aren't out and about. And even New Year's Eve, to a point that it's busy, but not really. A lot of people are getting prepared for the New Year's Eve. So probably like the 31st, 30th, 31st, and 1st, 2nd, and they aren't that busy. But the 27th, 28th, and even the 29th, packed capacities for everything. So if those are the days that you have to go, maybe try and plan it, what you really want to see, what you may have seen before and don't care if you miss it this time, and go to the bigger rides first. You can get fast track, but it's expensive. And if there's a group of you or family, that can end up being a lot of extra money. So, just depends what days you're going and if you've been before or not. If you can get multi-day passes, even better, and do a little bit on each of the days and spread it over a week or something like that, would be quite handy, I would think. So hopefully that's helped you out. Would SeaWorld have any other events apart from Carnival and Spooky Nights? Not really. I think those are the two main ones. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now and then they might do something for the school holidays. Like I remember, wasn't that long ago, a couple of years ago, they had mermaids there. There wasn't an event as such. It was more just something added to the park for a holiday. So no, usually it's just Spooky Nights and Carnival for SeaWorld. Let's see. Is the CEO Dreamworld nice and kind? Yes, definitely a very, very nice person. Definitely what Dreamworld needed for future direction. The big crouchy, the occasional spray on the flyer from the fountains was quite refreshing on Friday, and was quite fun with Maya and I on the double seat. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you can get a little bit of a spray if there's a little bit of a wind. Yeah, and they do have the double seats, like he was just saying there, and they have single seats as well, which is cool. And they have express ride as well on that attraction on the Dreamworld Flyer as well. So, um, cool. Yep, Greg Young. Yeah, he did the grand opening for the Dreamworld Flyer. That's correct. If I could replace Doomsday with any other flat ride, what would you replace it with? Well, that's a really good question, actually. Maybe a. I know they've got Batwing like a space shot, but maybe a drop ride. Maybe a drop ride there might be cool. But if not, I don't know. It's I think if they were going to get rid of Doomsday, I reckon that area should be enclosed and made a dark ride in there, maybe something like that. I don't know, and they could incorporate it into where the Batman display is as well, make it a massive area and utilize all that space in behind the Batman Legacy, because the actual grandstands are still in behind there. It's a massive show building, that one. So where the Western Show originally was. So that'd be cool if there was a awesomely insane dark ride put there, or even in the Hollywood Stunt Driver area. Although it'd be great to see a new show there as well. So yeah, yeah. I mean, there'd be probably lots of people saying, "Oh, it could be this or that or this." There's probably lots of cool things that could go there as well. But I really think they need another dark ride, a really decent dark ride, and they could make that area into that if they build something over it and then incorporate it behind there as well, potentially. So, all right, hey guys, just letting you know this chat is moderated as well. So, if you're making certain comments, you may be booted off. Okay, so I've got moderators watching the chat. Someone's talking about the Big Brother house. It was filmed there, and someone asked before how you came up with the channel name. Let's just start that question again. Sorry, Robert. It's a shame the Big Brother house burnt down. I always wanted to see it because you've been watching Big Brother since it was filmed there. Yeah, cool. I actually got the chance to go through that before it was closed down, and it was pretty interesting. It was a lot smaller than it looked on TV, and it looked crazy. But yeah, it was pretty could definitely awesome, and there was something extra that drew people to Dreamworld to go through that. So that was pretty cool. How did I come up with my channel name? Jaggs is like a nickname, and it's my journeys that we do. So, am I selling the caps I'm wearing now? So I sell a similar one. These, not this exact one. This has a puff, like a puff 3D logo. The ones I sell just has a flat embroidered logo. So like that's flat embroidered, that part. And the other ones are flat. It's just they're trying to keep the cost down on the hats. They're around about 20. They're 25 each for the hats, and it's just a flat embroidered logo on the front. I get them done locally, so they're not cheap to make. So, I mean, if I did the whole puff there and had a better quality hat, these would be like $50. This one as I get for me, I get them made. They cost me nearly $50. I don't think anyone's going to pay $50 for a Jaggs Journeys hat. So, so that's why I just keep it to a $25 hat. It's still same logo. It's just a flat embroidered. But you can just message me on Instagram if you're interested in some merch. I'm just working on a t-shirt design at the moment. I'm working on a because we've been selling merch for a while, but we just do it as upon request. But there will be a launch of something coming soon. Just working on some stuff. I'm very busy, so these things take time, unfortunately. Where am I going next? We have to ask at the theme parks if I'm there on the way in, and then you'll know. Sometimes I don't actually even decide until I get to the weekend. However, this weekend, no doubt, if they're going to open the Big Red Boat Coaster, or if it opens Friday, I don't know. It's not announced yet, but if it's ready for opening Thursday or Friday, no doubt I'll head down on Saturday. What have the queues been like for Dreamworld Flyer? Really good, actually, because, excuse me, the ride actually takes 64 riders out in one ride. So it is a bit of a slow. It's probably by the time, probably takes you about 10 or 12 minutes probably from queuing, like watching the ride go. The ride goes for like, I don't know, 3 minutes maybe, probably something like that. And then the loading can take about 5 or so minutes, maybe a bit longer. It's probably about like 10 minutes to watch the ride and then get on the ride and load properly. So there's a little bit of it. It's new, so it might be a little slower, but but at least when you're in the queue, again, keep in mind, it's not the full peak holidays yet, probably not till the 27th. But yeah, essentially the queue line looks busy and then bang, it's completely empty because 64 people fit on that ride in one hit. So it's pretty good. So the Dreamworld Flyer, you wouldn't be waiting very long. I mean, worst case scenario, you could be waiting maybe 20 minutes. I mean, on the 27th, we don't know. Hopefully, Dreamworld will be really, really busy. But I still think, once 64 people go on that ride and one hit, the queue line goes, straight down. So it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Will the Dreamworld Flyer have full capacity on Friday? It's had full capacity every day since it's been open, 64. I saw a drone up around the high zone part of the Scooby-Doo ride on yesterday's trip at Movie World. Okay, cool. So maybe they're filming something there for an ad or something, maybe. Interesting. Do we know when Dreamworld is going to build a hotel next door? I don't think that's going ahead, or there's been no announcement on the hotel. Woody, mate, thanks so much again for the super chat. You're very kind and generous, and I appreciate that very much. Again, and always appreciate you commenting on my channel all the time, mate. And again, love that profile pic. So that's pretty cool. But I appreciate your support. It really does help my channel a lot. And my channel wouldn't be what it is without all you guys on jumping onto the live feeds. I've been watching my videos as well, and I really do appreciate the super chats as well. So thanks so much, Woodsy. Muchly appreciated. Someone else is saying Doomsday should probably just leave Movie World because it doesn't do the full 360 anymore. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in that same agreeing with you on that one. Tahila, it's a shame because that's what the ride is supposed to do, go right around. And now it's just it's almost a disappointing ride. So either they need to get it fixed or they need to get rid of it. Absolutely right. So we'll see what happens. All of the rides in Movie World, is there any ride that you go on every time that you go there? I don't always get a chance to go on a ride every time I go there, purely because sometimes I'm filming, because I only essentially film one day a week. Sometimes I got to go to 2-3 parks because we drop our content. Like we'll film on, load our main video on the Sunday night, and we'll schedule a lot of stuff to drop during the week on social media. So don't always get a chance to ride sometimes. For example, just Saturday just gone, I rode the Flyer again on the visit there, and I caught up with Adrian and Riley as well. So we all rode the ride and hung out for the day. So it just depends on what else is going on. If there's, like, for example, Hooray for Hollywood, there'd be no chance. Or any of these events, no chance to go on rides. It's just running between shows and trying to capture everything so we don't miss anything for the video. So no, there wouldn't be anything I'd go on all the time when I'm there. If it's a super, super hot day though, it is always nice to either go on a water ride like Wild West Falls, or get into the aircon like the 4D Cinema or Sky Voyage or something like that. So, or the penguin enclosure on counter at SeaWorld. It's nice and icy cool in there. So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, I have to say no, not every time. Although I probably, if I've got time, I always try and like to ride Leviathan at SeaWorld. But again, it's not every visit. Sometimes it's just not possible. And then if the queue lines are so massive, it's, there's just no time. So it would be nice, but not always possible. If you could bring back any ride from Dreamworld, and for me, I would bring back the Tower of Terror, which I miss and was so much fun. Yeah, look, Tower of Terror at Dreamworld was awesome. And I liked it. I liked it when it went forwards, and I liked it when it went backwards as well. So it's two different ride experiences. Excuse me. That was pretty cool. I think at Movie World, the Batman simulators, they were awesome for their time, and the whole theming and everything was amazing, and the whole pre-show. So I something like that was cool. I'd like to see that as well. Excuse me. If you want to buy merch, can you pick them up from the parks to save on delivery? Yes, you can. Yes. If you're local Gold Coast and you want to buy some merch, yeah, I've just did that on Saturday actually. Someone wanted to buy some merch, so I met them at Dreamworld just before I went in the morning. So yes, that is fine. Am I acquainted with the staff at the Gold Coast theme parks? I imagine as you go so often. And do you know if any of them watch your videos, your channel? Yeah, I do know some of the staff from there, and some I know personally, but others, yeah, I just know of them, and they know, obviously, yes, they do watch my channel. From what I hear, so what I actually hear that, yeah, a lot of the things they tell me is, oh, we find out what's going on around Dreamworld from your videos before and they work there. So, which is funny, but yeah, so definitely they do. A lot of the staff wouldn't say all of the staff would know me or my channel, but most of them probably would. Yeah, for sure. Which water park do you think is a better for all ages, and why? For all ages, I think both of them actually, like, because they're both Wet n Wild and Whitewater World both have areas for like toddlers, and they both have decent wave pools, and also both have decent big slides as well. I guess Wet n Wild have a few bigger rides as well. Yeah, I don't know. They're both awesome. Maybe Whitewater World. It might be, and it's not as, if you've got younger kids too. The park's not as big, so it's not as tiring getting around probably as well. And I do like the fact that they have like, because obviously the concrete is hot and you burn your feet, and you can't wear anything on your feet down the slides. You're not supposed to. Dreamworld or Whitewater World, sorry, they have those little cylinder holders. So you can just put your thongs into those little holders down at the bottom of the attraction, or before you go into the attraction. And now I know someone could take them, but I mean, usually it's just your pair of your thongs, right? So 9 times out of 10, probably not going to get taken. So yeah, that saves your feet. I don't think Wet n Wild has that. So well, they might now, but I don't think last time I was there they did. So that's something cool to save your feet. What's my favorite characters at Movie World? Well, I do like when they have Gizmo out for White Christmas and Hooray for Hollywood. I'm a big Gremlins or 80s movies fan, so I do love that. But of course, Batman. Batman's always, that's always cool seeing Batman. So yeah, I'd have to go with Batman or Gizmo or both. Doomsday should get moved to the kids area. Yeah, well, it's probably now it is performing more like a kids ride, isn't it? It really is. So yes, good point. Will they ever bring Rocky and Zuma to SeaWorld? Not sure. Maybe. You never know. I haven't heard anything on that one. They probably just stick to their, the main characters more so. It depends though. If you start seeing more merch on those characters, then maybe. Because a lot of the time they'll have, if there's a big merch range coming out, then sometimes Nickelodeon will allow them to do a character as well. What's my normal job? I just work for a drinks company. So yeah, Monday to Friday, pretty busy. Pretty big role. That's why I don't get to the theme parks during the week. That's why I don't. It might look like I'm doing, at the theme parks. People say, "Oh, you're always there," but no, we schedule a lot of stuff for content to drop during the week. So yeah, and we film. I film on a Saturday and edit in the weekend and drop the video for Sunday, and then schedule some stuff to drop during the week as well. Or very early in the morning over brekkie, I might upload something on Instagram or what have you. Out of all the out of all the notable theme parks in Australia, which one do you think has the best thrill rides? Well, yeah, I'd probably have to say Movie World, because obviously it's got DC Rivals, it's got Superman. I guess Batwing is a thrill ride as well. Even the Roadrunner roller coaster, probably some people might not say it is, but people still scream on it. So I think if you scream, it's a thrill ride. And of course, while Wish Falls is not thrilling, it's more exciting. Their last drop's pretty thrilling, but Scooby's a fun ride as well. So I'd probably have to say Movie World. I mean, I like, I like, again, Leviathan, the Storm Coaster. Leviathan's one of my favorite coasters at SeaWorld. I do like the Project Zero and TNT at Gambai World as well. So, it depends if you're talking quantity on those. I like them all. What inspired me to start YouTube? Always had an interest in theme parks since I was very young. I was lucky enough to go to America when I was a kid and experience theme parks. I'm talking in the 80s. So, that's when it probably all started. And then in terms of theme parks and all that kind of thing, and just had an interest in that. And I always love like movies and behind the scenes stuff. And then when they started doing, rides with like movie theming and that, I was just like, wow, this is cool. But in terms of YouTube as such, I've been watching a lot of American YouTubers probably for like 15 years. I've been following so many of the people over there that have been doing it for a long time and have been visiting not just theme parks, but other things too. But I think I was fortunate enough to work in the industry here a few years ago now. But when I left, I kind of at first I didn't really want to walk back into the theme parks after working there, but started going back, and then I don't know. I think my daughter was sort of into it, wanting to get into YouTube, but didn't really follow through. So I just sort of thought I'll give it a go. based on what these guys are doing in America that I watch and religiously watch every day or every week. And yeah, I mean, my first videos were absolute rubbish. You know, I didn't have my brand established, or didn't even think about it. Didn't even think about a brand, or how I'd look in my video, or how I'd come across, or what my content was going to be, or when I should post a video, or how I should film it in vertical mode or horizontal. Didn't know a lot of things, and just wanted to give it a go. And learned from my mistakes, and just over the years, it's been what, coming to 4 years now. And again, I work full time, so it's just a weekend hobby. It's my weekend hobby, and I just love being in the theme parks, and I've been able to share and explain things to people about what to expect at the theme parks and events and that kind of thing. And then I love putting it together in a little bit of an episode kind of thing. And it's evolved a lot, I suppose. And thanks to those that have been following probably from the beginning or close to the beginning, you probably would have seen a lot of change over that time and how I present my videos and things like that. So I'm certainly no expert. There's a lot more better people out there that do it than I, but I give it a go, and I enjoy it. It's my hobby. Some people surf, some people play sport. That's what I do. This is my weekend gig. So, and I love it. It is time consuming though. The editing particularly is very time consuming. But it's the finished product that I like to be able to. I get a lot of joy out of seeing people commenting, hey, especially like, hey, love the video and all that kind of thing. That's good. At least I know people care. If they like the video, that lets me know they care. If they aren't subscribed and then they do decide to subscribe, because it is free, remember, then that's awesome as well. And that helps me out. And I've been fortunate the channel has grown. Consider I'm doing really one video a week. It's grown quite well over the time. I'm certainly not the biggest YouTuber out there, but I'm happy doing what I'm doing. And you never know, one day, if someone wants to sponsor me, hopefully I can do it permanently one day and do a full-time gig at it. So that is only a dream, obviously, at this point in time. It would probably take me 10 years to get to that point, but so it would be a dream to do it full-time, of course. So really just love the theme parks, love the industry, and just wanted to give it a go, and here we are today. So, so if you're thinking about doing it, you should just do it, and start and try and have your own idea and spin on things. People like, I guess, people being themselves, and doing your own kind of version of things. Like, let's face it, there's only so many theme parks here in the Gold Coast, or around Australia even. And if there's 20 people going to filming the same thing, you're gonna get the same thing, right? But it's how we present it. It's the difference between what I see and someone else sees, how I present something versus someone else. But no doubt, like us, we subscribe to many channels, and because you probably enjoy how someone else does something compared to me, or and that's the thing. It's we enjoy watching everyone's version of it, and most of us know each other too. The ones around here, even some of the ones around Australia, like Perth theme parks and like Midi theme parks down in Melbourne. We've met those guys as well, and Review Time. We've met those guys, and everyone's just awesome, and they do their own thing, their own style, but it's like a community, and everyone has the same interests, and it's really cool. So I like that part of it as well. It's good to meet new people, and we've all got the common interests as well. So yeah, I like that part of it too. Woodsy, you're too kind. Thank you again for another super chat, and it's greatly appreciated once again, and very kind of you, and I appreciate your ongoing support. Woodsy's always commenting and interacting with me on comments and everything, and on the live feeds, and I really appreciate it. And anyone who loves Alf must be cool. So because Alf was one of my favorite TV shows from the 80s, definitely. So thank you so much once again. Really appreciate it. got a couple of things I wanted to just chat through. A couple of notes here. I'll go back to your comments, guys. Don't worry. So just on Dreamworld, so I did have something written down here. May have covered it off though. Okay, no. So with the night markets, so currently, obviously the night markets are Friday, Saturday nights at Dreamworld, and it's free to get in if you're an annual pass holder. If you're not an annual pass holder, you're here on holidays and you want to go to the night markets, if you're at Dreamworld during the day, you can just stay on in. That's fine. But if you're coming in specifically, it's just $2 per person entry. It's a really, really good value to get in there. And when you get in there, there's entertainment, there's food trucks, there's movies. So for this Friday, Saturday, so it's the last Friday, Saturday of the Christmas overlay this week for the night markets, and there'll be Santa and Mrs. Claus there. There'll be Christmas movies being played, lots of fun and entertainment, Christmas market stalls. It's really cool and it's really awesome. And I've got to tell you, you got to get along. But there's some exciting news. So from this Friday, I believe, so Friday, Saturday nights, the Dreamworld Flyer will be open. Now, if you're an annual pass holder, it won't cost you anything to go on it because obviously you're an annual pass holder. If you're not, there will be a singular upcharge for the Dreamworld Flyer. Now, we thought that was going to be the case, and we think the price, and keep in mind when you go to the Ekka or the fair, and they've got similar rides there, you pretty much pay anywhere between $8 and like $25 to ride some of those rides, depending on the ride, depending on the size of the ride, and all the rest of it. So Dreamworld's charge is going to be $15 per person to ride the Dreamworld Flyer, but also the Dodgems are now going to be open as well. So again, if you're a pass holder, no charge. Otherwise, it's going to be a $15 upcharge. Now, keep in mind, some people might go, oh, that's a bit expensive. But when you think about it, they can't take the value, or they can't devalue the annual pass, right? So I think that's fair. I mean, you don't have to ride it, but if you want to go there, you're going to buy some food from the food trucks, and you want to ride that. It's a what's it, 3 or 4 minute ride? It's at least 3 minute ride. The Flyer we're talking about, and it's decent and it looks amazing at night. By the way, you've probably seen my video of it at night and all the lights. So yeah, so yeah, from this Friday, Saturday, you'll be able to ride that, and the Dodgems, I believe, now at night. So keep in mind the arcade is open as well. And the Belinda's Treehouse is open for the kids as well. And the Dreamworld Theatre always has something on there with movies. I'll tell you what, it's definitely an awesome night, particularly any night, but over summer when the nights are nice and warm, and they got cocktails there, and there's a bar there as well, and they've got plenty of other food and drink available. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend. We go pretty often actually because the food choices do change quite often. I have my favorites. Most of you would know the Yumpling Dumplings is probably one of my go-to, and the pied there as well. But not just saying that they're the only nice things here, because they're not. There's plenty of other beautiful food there as well. And yeah, and often they'll have some regular ones that do sort of maintain there every week, which is awesome, because if you do love something, you want it again, right? But yeah, then I have different ones that'll filter through as well. So it's definitely worth checking it out. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that about the Flyer and the Dodgems as well. So it's pretty cool. Now I'll just find where I was with the comments, guys. Was it expensive to go to Disneyland and Universal Studios, as I want to go one day? So I last went just 2 years before COVID, and we actually had a trip booked the year of COVID and paid and everything, and then we had to cancel it because obviously the world shut down. And we had it all paid for our next trip, which was disappointing. So we haven't gone back since, because things are really expensive now. But when we went that other time, yes, it is. But if you think about it, we were lucky enough to get $800 return flights Brisbane to LA direct. I think it was on Virgin. I think it was. So excuse me. So that's a cheap airfare to LA. And we got deals. We just went on apps like, I can't Can't think of the name of the app. It's one of those apps where you can book hotels, kind of like bookings.com. It might not have been that exact one, but and we just kept might have been TripAdvisor actually, and we just found deals and we booked accommodations through there. We booked the theme parks through the travel agent because they get deals coming through, and they're not cheap. The theme park tickets are not cheap. They're very pricey, in fact, but they're worth it. So what kills you is the exchange rate. We were lucky; it was about close to 70 cents. Now it's about 60. Oh, I think it's about 60 cents. I think it is now. Actually, no, when we went, it was close to 80 cents. So it was 76 or something at the time. And now it's, I'm not sure, I haven't looked lately, but it's about 60 odd cents, I think. So that's the thing, is the exchange rate. And I think the flights are still quite expensive. I did see one though under 1,000 recently. I think it was Fiji Airlines, but it took you like 12 days to get there. It's an exaggeration, but it was like you had to fly. I think you had to go out of Sydney or somewhere, but then of course then it goes to Fiji first, and then I think it went. And it was might have gone to Honolulu, and so it took like, I think it was like 20 something hours, or I like to just jump on the plane, go there. Was it 14 hours from Brisbane, and get off? So, but if you save yourself some money and you don't mind the travel or the stopping over, you can do that as well. Some of the cheaper flights do go out of Sydney too, by the way. So you got to go to Sydney first, or Melbourne, I think. But I think Sydney, I think it's United or one of those ones, do fly out of there, and they're quite reasonable as well. Definitely worth saving money and planning one day. We actually paid off the trip. They have like a finance option as well, so it makes it easier if you can pay it off. Am I taking time off over summer, and will you continue doing your videos? So Jaggs Journeys never stops. It's you'll still get a video every single week. Sometimes you might get 2 videos over summer. I actually take 2 weeks leave over summer. So from the end of this week, I've got 2 weeks off. Obviously, I've got things to do around the home and with the family. So it's not like I'm going to be doing 2 weeks solid of theme parks, because I just can't. And the parks are really busy. But I will be at Movie World for the Hooray for Hollywood. And that's definitely an event I'm looking forward to. And no doubt we'll be filtering through the other parks as well, as we do anyway. So, but probably not every single day. So no, you won't see me going on holidays. Even if we're going overseas next year, like we do plan to. So, we'll keep things happening. Obviously, even if it's in the form of short videos or something, just to keep things going until we get back. Because the editing of these videos, the videos we put out, or I put out, so the videos, I keep saying we, but that I have to edit, so they can take about 6 to 7 hours, depending on if it's like a 20-minute video, they can take up to about 6 hours or so. And because I film so much, and I've got to try and piece it all together, and then the way I do my video, I try to make it make sense and flow, and then I like to add in the music, and then find the right music as well for that sort of scene of the video, and do all that sort of thing. So there's a bit of graphics involved, text and all that, and then sometimes some voiceover as well to just make it all blend together. So it takes time. So if I'm overseas on a holiday, I wouldn't really want to be spending 6 hours editing and then launching a video. Then there goes another whole entire day of being in America or wherever you might be. So I'll be doing just drip feeding some stuff through, and then some other videos when I'd come back. Essentially, that would be the plan. But over this summer, videos as usual, no problem at all. However, next week, so as you know, I do these live videos on a Monday night at 8 o'clock Queensland time. Next Monday is Christmas Day. That's right. So I was waiting for someone to say, what is it? So it says Christmas Day next Monday. Now I don't expect anyone to be jumping on to see me on Christmas Day. Spend the night with your families and all that kind of thing. So So I'd still like to do a live, but not on Christmas Day. That's for family. So when would you guys like to see a live next week? Would you prefer um, Christmas Eve and a bit earlier? Maybe I don't know. Or maybe Boxing Day night on the Tuesday, the 26th. Been out all day doing your Boxing Day, shopping or beach or whatever, theme parks, whatever it might be. Then maybe that night at around 8 o'clock, or 7:30. Do you want to see it live? So let me know. Let me know in the live here, or if you're watching this live later on. Send me some comments and let me know what you think, because I prefer not to do it on Christmas Day, just so everyone's busy with families. So I've got a few there saying Boxing Day, a couple saying Sunday, which is Christmas Eve. Boxing Day night, yeah, Boxing Day night. I was thinking Boxing Day night. Yeah, it looks like it might be the winner there, Boxing Day night. Okay. I'll let everyone else comment as well, and then I'll see what else I get. But so far, it looks like more people are saying Boxing Day night. So I will put something out probably on Instagram, Threads, maybe YouTube communities, letting everyone know when I'll do it. But yeah, maybe Boxing Day night. So that'd be Tuesday, the 26th, and probably around the same time. Probably around the same time. Cool. So well, I'll confirm it later on, guys, because I know a lot of you are regularly jumping on here, and I again appreciate that as well. By the way, I just wanted to give a shout out to someone, and this is I do get a lot of people that have been following Jaggs Journey, subscribe to Jaggs Journeys from the very start, and I just want to give a shout out to Bergman Park, and also to their son Presley as well. So big supporters of the channel, and have been for a long time. And just want to give them a shout out for their support, and thanks heaps for your support. I know your son Presley enjoys my channel as well in the videos. So again, thank you so much for that. And also, I just wanted to mention the podcast that I'm involved with Adrian, so AU Theme Park fan, and Riley from That's So Mid. So obviously we do a podcast, the Theme Park Cartel, and it's been a monthly. So we've done 3 episodes because we started 3 months ago, and we do once a month. But when we hit 55-star ratings, we're going to be going fortnightly. Now, I haven't checked today because I haven't had a chance. I've been busy at work and that, but I think it was yesterday, or it might have been Saturday. We were only 3 away from that. So thanks so much to all of you guys that are tuning into the podcast as well, and giving the 5-star ratings. So it looks like we'll be going to fortnightly podcasts very, very soon. In fact, we're going to be recording our 4th podcast this week. So yeah, you'll see. I'll put something up on social media once that is released. And again, you can find the Theme Park Cartel on all of the streaming, pretty much all of the streaming platforms. I think we're on all of them, or most of them. Spotify is the most popular one, obviously. So we're on there. And yeah, we've been getting really good feedback. We do try and keep it interesting, and keep the topics sort of changed up a bit. And we do have a bit of a briefing, together, a plan on what we're going to discuss and how we can make it different each time as well. So to keep it interesting, to keep changing it up as well, and so we're not always talking about the same stuff. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who has also been supporting all of us on the Theme Park Cartel podcast. And so far people have been giving us really good feedback on it, and thank you for that. Really do appreciate anyone who's been listening into the podcast as well. So thanks heaps for that. So watch this space for that one there. If you weren't YouTubing, how often do you think you'd be visiting the theme parks? Probably once a month, I'd say, probably. I think when I wasn't YouTubing and we had passes, yeah, probably once a month. Sometimes we'd go in on a kind of weekend on a afternoon for a couple of hours, as well. So things like that. Um, yeah. So when you go, I bump into people every week. So there's a lot of families who go every single week to all the theme parks. Now, I don't always bump into them at the same theme park. So I could be at SeaWorld, I bump into them there, and then the next week I go to somewhere else and I haven't announced where I'm going and I bump into them there as well. And that's really wonderful to see that there's so many families spending time with their kids at all the different theme parks. I mean, what a wonderful place to grow up and have all these theme parks available. Um, a lot of people grow up and can only go to a park or have nowhere to go much, So we're very spoilt and fortunate here, and it's amazing to see, so many people there so often. So, and I think if you got, the Village Roadshow ones, a lot of them seem to have all of them, like the Dreamworld ones as well, because I see them at Dreamworld and I see them at SeaWorld and Movie World as well. So I know we used to alternate the passes. So one year would do Dreamworlds and then the next year would do Village Roadshows. Just as a cost factor, of course, because they're not cheap. But if you're using it often, you get good value for money. But I wouldn't be going as often because I'm going obviously to film videos to provide updates and content for you guys. And sometimes there's not a heck of a lot to really update people on anyway. So we try and keep it fresh every week. I try and change, the focus a bit. Although we still got to try and get across what we want to share with you guys as well. I'd love to do YouTube, but I'm currently trying to figure out if I want to be a professional ballerina when I finish school. Well, follow your heart. That's all I say. Your heart will tell you exactly what you want to do, and you'll know. And whatever you end up doing was supposed to be that, and you'll know. Either way, you're doing something you love, and that's the main thing. Woodsy, cheers for a great hobby. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. It helps you out. Well, that's good. I'm glad it actually helps you guys out. That's the intent of the channel as well. We're currently 12 to 14 hours away, so it's good to follow and know what's going on when we travel south. Yeah, well, that's the idea of it, is to keep everyone up to date. So, if you're planning a trip, it's always good, what they put on their websites and all that, but seeing regular updates of what's actually happening right now can be different to what's in the brochures or what's on the website because of construction or what have you. They show you pictures of, you go to Disneyland, you see all the stuff, and then you get there and there's big walls up and half the stuff's been wiped out because you're building a new land, and you're like, oh. So it's good to know what to expect, and that's why I always say to check their websites and apps if you are planning trips, to see what is on maintenance as well, because if you really want to go there for a specific ride and if it's down, planned maintenance, it can be disappointing. But if you knew about it and you can plan around that. Sometimes things also happen though, but where things might go down the day, hopefully not, but it does happen. But generally speaking, you can plan around that way. So thanks. I appreciate you watching and supporting my channel always as well. Do you know why the Flash ride at Movie World is taking a while, even though it isn't that big? Yeah, I do. So now keep in mind, obviously that was a ride that was at Wet and Wild Surf Rider, but that sat there for quite a long time. It didn't work for a while as well. But when it was working, it had a water. I don't know if anyone remembers. It sprayed you with water as well for a while in the earlier days, and I think what happened was that water got into some of the parts and created issues, I think, from what I remember hearing at the time. So then they turned that part of it off, the water part of it off, and filled it in or whatever they did. But it was never right. So what they've done, they've moved it, but they are absolutely stripping that down and completely overhauling that attraction, that ride. So everything's going to be new on that ride. That's why it's taking so long. There's so much they're doing to that. It's like they're just using the skeleton of it and taking all the guts out of it and putting all new stuff in it. So I'm not sure about the ride vehicle. And the artwork, it does look very similar to what it was. No doubt it will be themed differently or colored differently or what have you. But yeah, other than that, hopefully they're doing something with that as well. But that's really why there's a stack of work going on there. A lot of groundwork and power work going on there, and a full rebuild, like a full rebuild. So that's why it's taking so long. That's why it's not opening till April next year. So, I mean, they do also like to launch something for the school holidays. So realistically, it might be actually ready by, let's just say January, right? February, but they're going to wait till April, and they'll train their staff. They'll do what they have to do. I mean, look, maybe it is just going to take that long, but they want to have something to open for a school holiday to bring people to their, obviously to ride something new for the holidays. So, but yeah, they're doing a stack of work. That's why it's taking that long. I'm a legend. You're a legend. Thank you. Again, Woodsy, you're a champion. Thank you so much. By the way, I'm going to White Christmas this Friday. What would you recommend me to do the most? So, I take it you've been on rides because obviously it's hard to fit the rides in and the White Christmas event. So, I would recommend essentially there's lots of different characters out for photos and there's lots of shows. So, White Christmas is all about Christmas and festive, right? So I would recommend getting on the app, checking out the entertainment schedule. There's a lot of shows. I'm telling you now. The first show starts at 5:30. It's the opening moment at the top of Main Street. The next one's like minutes after it. So, and the shows are either up there on Main Street or down past Scooby Doo, just before the Midway Games area. There's like what they call Crossroads, I think it is, the precinct there. And there's sort of pop-up shows there with Lola, and then they have Scooby Doo and the gang down there as well. So you want to check out the entertainment schedule. If you're going with your family and you want a really nice Christmas Santa photo, down at the Santa's Village, which is the western area, you can get a really nice Santa photo and photo package. Now it's not cheap, but $60, you actually get quite a good range of photos and plus digital versions as well. But the set they've built down there with Santa and the throne and all the lights, check out my White Christmas video. It's all on there. That's worth doing. If you know how families, depending on your ages, of course, a lot of families, if the kids are a bit older, they don't want photos and they don't want to be with the families as often. However, if you get that nice family photo, that's pretty cool. Or what we did is the awkward family photos. Now that's it's no Santa involved, but in the plaza area there is like a set. And it's two like lounge scenes, I suppose. And again, it's in my video. You can check this out so you know what I'm talking about. And those Christmas ugly jumpers that you can get. I think Kmart sold them this year actually, or lots of places sell them anyway. In those old American movies, like in the 80s movies, they all wear those ugly Christmas jumpers at Christmas time. So you put those on, they're kind of like open at the back like a hospital gown, and you just tie the strings. Looks like you're wearing the jumper. There's props, little funny Christmas glasses and antlers and stuff you can stick on. And you go on the couch and you get an awkward family photo done, and it's like $30. And that's a really fun photo. And yeah, I'd recommend doing that. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. There's a few other paid attractions. You can decorate gingerbread men, make a Christmas baubles, decorate a Santa stocking. You can find the missing Frosty's buttons and dip your hand into the snow bucket and pull out a number and get a prize. There's a few other things around, but no matter what, you just can't miss the parade. So the parade starts at 8:00. You really want to get, honestly, you want to get a spot by about 7:15 because it's just packed. And if you can't get a good spot, it makes it hard to see all the floats. And particularly if you do want to film it or take photos, nothing worse than all heads and shoulders in the way, which happens occasionally. Sometimes it's unavoidable. But yeah, the parade is awesome. And there is some sort of gaps in the parade. So, like for example, if you're in Main Street, you still can see what's going on, but um, because it's so busy, a lot of people are around the fountain as well because the parade comes down and goes around the fountain, or at the moment it's the big Christmas tree. I went back with the family during the week and we stood down around there. And you can't see anything until the floats come around, and there is a bit of a gap in the parade. So, and it's because what happens is there's a narrow point in Main Street where they got to the floats have got to pass each other and maneuver past safely. So that can slow it down a bit. So sometimes that can cause a bit of a gap in the parade. But what happens is because it's quite a long parade, right? So a lot of people start thinking, "Oh, parade's finished," and they start going, and we couldn't believe it. But let me tell you, the parade is not over until Mariah has sung her song. You know what I'm talking about? Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. So when you hear that song, you know it's over. All right. That's the song that you want to listen out for. That's when White Christmas is over. Well, it's when the parade's finished and everything, right? So yeah. So stay until the end because it is awesome. But try and get all the shows done. Try some of the foods, the specialty themed drinks. That's what I'd recommend. I know that was a long-winded answer, but there's a lot in that to unpack at those events, and check it all out online. Now, okay. So, and by the way, yeah, just again a reminder: these live streams are moderated, and I've got 2 people moderating all the comments. So I can see there's been some comments removed from the chat. So yeah, that's because it's moderated. So we just prefer if anyone is joining the live, just to interact like we have been. But there's obviously some people have been perhaps putting something inappropriate on there or spamming or what have you. So just to let everyone know, it's moderated. I did hear some work being done at the new retail store at Movie World today. It's going to be a Looney Tunes retail shop, apparently. So where the old photo center was on the corner there of Main Street. Yeah, you do hear whispers and things around. And so we've heard that there's going to be potentially 2 stores in there. One's a Looney Tunes store and potentially the other one might be Wizard of Oz themed store in line with what's happening with the Wizard of Oz precinct, because unfortunately they can't get a retail store down in that precinct, so they're going to be in Main Street. And what a great location. I mean, you can buy Wizard of Oz merch from Movie Memorabilia store currently, but it looks like they're going to expand the range and make a designated store, which is fantastic. So no idea on opening dates yet, but if I know Movie World, they'd want to have something probably open in that space. I reckon probably by Boxing Day or 27th at the latest. I would imagine that something will be open in that space. I don't know for sure. I'm just sort of speculating on that one. Okay, so one of my moderators has just put a comment there saying that as a warning, you may be timed out of this chat. Only genuine questions, please. So obviously, I'm not sure the questions were, but yeah, just a reminder again, it is all moderated. What's the best attraction experience what is the best attraction or experience that's ever opened on the Gold Coast theme parks? The best attraction or experience. I don't know. That's might be something other people might want to also answer. There's been a lot over the years. I know when Leviathan opened, the load station was wow factor, and it still is a wow factor. But I think Rivertown is going to be the next one for sure. I think that'll be the next wow factor. Yeah. Or the next best attraction will probably be Rivertown and Jungle Rush ride. That's what I think. How was the opening day of the Dreamworld Flyer? How many fans did you meet? Yeah, there was a few there. Some of the regulars that I know were there with their families that day. But yeah, there was certainly a few there that day who came up and said hi, which is awesome. And I was only there for about probably just over an hour. I think it was. It was just for the media call, which yeah, again, I was lucky to be invited for. I mean, end of the day, it's just for, I guess, the official speeches and opening and the cutting of the ribbon, and then it's open as per normal anyway. So it's still pretty cool. Which parks are you going to on Saturday? Probably will be Dreamworld this Saturday again, but it may not just be Dreamworld. I might just pop in there purely because they might be opening, if they're opening the coast, the Wiggles Big Red Boat Coaster, they might be opening it at the end of this week. So I won't be able to get there till Saturday. I mean, I've already seen it going around and everything, and I've got a couple of videos on that now as well. But just to have a ride on it, if I fit, I'm quite tall. I'm 6'2", so sometimes I can't lock it in over my knees or what have you. But I don't know. But I'll try and ride it. Just say I've ridden it. It's a coaster credit, right? I think so. It should be. Anyway, we'll check it out. So have a ride. Maybe do a short video or a live, maybe even. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Probably a video actually. Read that question. Which American theme park YouTube vloggers do you follow? So I follow Random Land, Tim Tracker, Adam the Woo, Paging Mr. Morrow, Best Life and Beyond, Ordinary Adventures. There's so many more. Those would be the main ones that I follow. Probably the main ones. There's is it TDR? He's Japan, but yeah, there is other Theme Park Obsession. It's another one. There's heaps. There's Five Fires. There's plenty. There's probably another 5 or 10 on the list that we regularly watch and have been watching for a long time. And again, they're all often there at the same time filming the same thing. It's just each of them has their own style and way of presenting their content, and that's the same as here. That's why there's more and more people now get around doing this kind of thing, with YouTube or social media. But it's how everyone does their spin on it, which is what I enjoy watching as well. So, but yeah, plenty of American YouTubers, and again, there's plenty more. I just can't think of them all off the top of my head, but that's probably most of the ones I would watch. When do you think the Wizard of Oz ride will be come out in 2024? I believe it's probably going to be around this time next year. I would say December. What's your favorite ride at Dreamworld? Steel Taipan. Currently, it'll probably end up being Jungle Rush. I would say maybe. Again, I love theming, and it's going to be heavily themed, so that's probably what's going to do it for me. Are you mainly based in Auckland or Brisbane, or do you go to Perth? Based in the Gold Coast in Australia. So, but we do travel around to other parks around Australia and New Zealand and the world. However, since I've been YouTubing, our last overseas American trip was cancelled prior to COVID, just right on COVID actually. So we didn't get to do that one there. Oh, Fresh Baked, yeah. So that's another one. I've been watching them for years. When there was 5 of them, I think originally, it was. There's a whole group of them used to go around. Fresh Baked, love that. They're pretty cool. So yeah, there's heaps. There's heaps of Disney vloggers, and there's definitely others we follow as well. Heaps. What else we got there? Maya and I really enjoy Molly and the crew. Oh yeah, from the Mammoth Club. Yep, they're pretty good too. There's so many actually, isn't there? And they're all awesome. Like, yeah, they're all cool and have their own spin on things, which is really cool. Can you test ride roller coasters? Can you test ride roller coasters? And if you can, how do you do it at Movie World? Test ride. Not sure what you mean by test riding. Do you mean just riding, or because no, we have no special access I can only get in when the park's open, park hours, and got to queue up like everyone else as well. I was just fortunate with Dreamworld's opening of the Dreamworld Flyer, because I'm on them, invited on their media call. We were able to film on the ride, but we had to show them we had chest mounted GoPro. Which that's one of the first times that we've actually been allowed to do that. But I know Gambaya World, they're really good. So down in Victoria, as long as you show them, your GoPro, again, it has to be GoPro as far as I know, and it has to be the GoPro chest mount. Or if you've got Insta360, as long as it's got the proper strap and everything, it's secure. They just got to check it, make sure. Then they're fine, and which is crazy. Rainbow's End in New Zealand, they were fine with it. They generally don't allow it, but we asked, and because they actually knew my channel, and they said yeah, sure. They just had to have one of the engineers check the fitting, the chest mount, and everything was all secure before we went on. And we went on some crazy stratosphere ride there, that pendulum ride. And it has 2 modes, and they put it on very extreme mode. And I think they did, I don't know how many more cycles than they normally would do, but I tell you what, it took an hour for me to recover after that ride. I was crook. It threw me around so much. It disorientated me so badly. But the video looks cool. So check that one out, Rainbow's End. You'll see the video on that one. I think there's a short on that as well. Pretty crazy footage on that one, on-ride footage. It's pretty cool. So... but it'd be cool if the parks here did more, they did allow it for more. I know it's a safety thing, but if you've got the right gear and it's properly done, you're not just holding a phone, that's definitely not allowed. But I can't see why they shouldn't allow it. But anyway, it's the rules, so we got to follow it. If you had a choice, what was your favorite theme park to go to? I would like to go to Dollywood. In the States, that would be cool, and probably Hershey Park as well. One of those parks in America that are different. That'd be cool. Love Disney, love Universal, but would really like to get to one of them, or actually even Ferrari World in Dubai. I'd love to go there as well. So anyway, one day maybe. Got to keep pumping out some videos so I can get some more views and subscribers up. So then one day I can get over to those places. Howard Johnson Anaheim is right next to Disneyland. Yep, I know the one very, very well. Great place to stay. Has 24/7 live webcam on Disneyland. I didn't know that actually, so that's pretty cool. 24/7 live webcam on Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. Yeah, straight across the street, essentially. The Howard Johnson. That's an awesome hotel in Anaheim. If you're going over to LA or to Disneyland in California, it's awesome. Thoughts on the giant drop? I plan to go on it for the first time the next time I visit Dreamworld, but I'm terrified. I did the second tallest in the world at Six Flags Magic Mountain, so I should be able to handle it. Yes, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. When I go on it, I don't really like heights, and it's a pretty scary ride. It's 39 stories high. I just stay focused straight ahead. I don't like to look down because the feeling I get, I guess it's very similar to, especially when it stops at the top. Like if you were to walk out on top of a 40-story building and sit on the very edge and dangle your legs over and lean forward a bit, that's a horrible feeling. Like you could just slip, right? So I don't like that feeling, but looking straight ahead, I like that. And then the drop is just crazy. It is insane. And but then again, probably the worst part of the ride is when they hold you up there for nearly a minute, whatever it is, anticipating when they're going to drop you. So and it's frightening until you feel it breaking. And once the brakes going on, I mean, not breaking the ride, but when the brakes are going on, and you're safe. That's when you start to laugh. When it's all good. So if you've done the one at Magic Mountain, you'll be absolutely fine on that one, and you'll love it. It's an awesome ride. At the moment, they've got both sides open as well. So did in the weekend. So I guess for the holiday crowd. So that's pretty cool. You should have Adrian and Riley join you on your weekly wrap up. Yeah, you never know. I might do one day. Yeah, I mean, we have a podcast together. If you haven't checked that one out, the Theme Park Cartel. That's essentially what we do on our joint project, essentially. So, and I was just saying earlier on that we are pretty much going to be heading to fortnightly podcasts now for Theme Park Cartel. So we'll be we'll be recording our next podcast this week, and it'll be out soon. So our 4th episode. So make sure you check that one out as well. Hey Shane, heading up to the Gold Coast for the school holidays with the family soon from Sydney. Hope to catch you at one of the parks. Cheers for all your work. I hope you have an awesome time. Yeah, chances are if it's a Saturday, you'll probably see me, or possibly for the Hooray for Hollywood event around the 27th or so. I'm not sure if I'm going 27th or 28th. They're both really busy days. But yeah, happy to always stop and say hi. So anyone who supports my channel, I'd always give anyone time of day, say good day, grab a photo, and yeah, happy to do so. Ryder's saying it's the open projects group of the company that are building the new stores at Movie World. Cool. Yeah, they do a lot of the work for the theme parks. They do a great job. Thanks for your answer and advice. I'm sure to follow it. The one at Magic Mountain only really had lap bar restraints, which was crazy. That would be crazy. Gee, how long ago was that? Because surely now they've got better restraints than the lap bars. But anyway, yeah, the restraints on the Giant Dropper are pretty awesome. I got to tell you, they're pretty awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, you know what? I think we've got through everyone's questions. And look, apologies if I did miss your comment. I'm just going back through. I think I've got everyone. So, and thanks again, Woodsy, for the super chat. Muchly appreciated. And again, thanks to everyone who, again, has taken the time out of your Monday night to go on the live chat with me again. And we'll do this again, like we said earlier, because it's Christmas Day next Monday. We'll do Boxing Day night. I think most people are happy with that. So, yeah, Boxing Day night, probably around the same time. But I'll put something out on Instagram closer to the time to remind you guys and go from there. Everyone's saying thanks for the chat. So that's all right. Someone else is saying I went to Movie World on Boxing Day last year and can confirm it's one of the busiest days of the year. Yeah, definitely. Boxing Day is really busy. The next day is even busier again, so 27th. So it does start getting busy from Boxing Day for sure, 100%. Cool. All right, guys. Again, thanks so much for jumping on the live stream again tonight. And look, I hope everyone has an awesome week ahead this week, and stay safe. No doubt you'll see a video from me on Sunday night, Christmas Eve. And I wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas with your families for Monday. I hope you all have an awesome Christmas day, and I hope Santa's kind. And at least if you get to spend some time with your family or your friends, that's what Christmas is all about. So make sure you all have an awesome Christmas, and we'll definitely catch up on that Boxing Day night on the live again as well. So yeah, Merry Christmas everyone, and thanks for your Merry Christmas wishes as well. That's appreciated. Thanks again for supporting Jaggs Journeys, and don't forget it's free to subscribe. If you do watch the videos and you're not subscribed, or people that are not subscribed, if you could ask them to subscribe, that'd be really great. It would help me out a lot. We're nearly at 8,000 subscribers, by the way, and I really want to get to 10,000 really soon, because we'll be announcing something for 10 when we hit 10,000 subscribers, or as I call you guys, VIPs. You're my VIPs. So, yeah. So the sooner we can get to 10,000, the sooner we can make a bit of an announcement. And you do have to be subscribed to be part of it too. So you want to be making sure you subscribe. Anyway, guys, thanks again for joining. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a safe week ahead. And thanks for watching the video, supporting the channel. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on the next journey. Good night.